Hi YouTube, it's Flare Artist here. I should probably be sleeping or doing homework or something else, but I've really wanted to do this for a while, so I'm going to get to it. So, I am going to teach you guys how to make one of these in SolidWorks. Now, a lot of people are pretty fascinated with these. These are called Rubik's Cubes, as I'm sure you very well know. And they have 6 sides, and each side has a different color, with white is opposite from yellow, green is opposite from blue, and red is opposite from orange. So that's going to help you when you put your stickers on your Rubik's Cube in SolidWorks. So the reason I'm doing this is because there was not a lot of information out there when I was trying to make one of these, and if you want to see what your simulation is going to look like, I'm going to post a link in this corner here. This one. Okay. So you guys can click on that and see what my Rubik's Cube in SolidWorks turned out like. So this is a Rubik's Cube, and this is a Rubik's Cube that I've taken apart. So these individual little pieces are going to be the building blocks of your Rubik's Cube that you make in SolidWorks. So let's look at some of these. Alright, now there's a couple different types of pieces, so you only need to make one for each, and then you can like replicate it and import it into your original assembly. So these right here are edge pieces. Now they have like sort of in the back this little square you can see. So it's like a kind of like a square like inlaid into a square. And you can see it's hollow. The hollowness doesn't really matter so much. It's just the reason they do it is for lightweightness, so when you're manipulating your Rubik's Cube, it's not like super heavy, so they just like hollow out the plastic. Okay. And you can see that it has 2 stickers, a sticker here and a sticker here. So there are 12 of these pieces. So that, okay, and this is a different type of piece. This is a corner piece. See how you have, this cube is actually solid. I think it's hollowed out on the inside. I'm not sure, but there's no like openings. But like I said, it doesn't really matter for your cube that you're gonna make. And it has this sort of like triangular but oddly symmetrical little bit here, and that's hollowed out. And it has 3 stickers, one on each side, and there are 8 of these guys. Okay. So now you're going to have to bear with me for this because I didn't separate the yoke from the center pieces. But if you can see here, there are 6 center pieces. Now there's the 6 colors I showed you guys before. You can see those there. So this is like the base for our cube. Now composing of this little contraption here, if you can see in there that white thing, that is the yoke. That's what holds everything together. And these are attached by springs. We're not going to make the springs. We're just going to like imitate like the movement of this cube. So if you want to be really cool, you can like make all the springs and the internal components. But for ours, we're not going to worry about that. It's not that important. You can still get the visualization of the moving Rubik's Cube without that. The reason there are springs are so that when you're snapping the pieces back in, like let's see, I have an edge piece. When I snap it back in, it pulls apart the little pieces a bit, so there's like a little bit of, you can see that how it's like stretching, a little bit of movability so that you can fit in all your pieces. Because once you get like this pretty much almost back together, you only have a few pieces left to snap in there. It's going to be really hard to wedge them in there, so the springs give you a little bit of movement. Okay, so that's the yoke, and we're not going to worry about the springs. And these are the center pieces. Now, let's see if I can give you guys a good view of this. Let's look at this one on the top. It has 1 sticker in the top, because it's the center, and it has a little like circular piece that is the same diameter as the pieces of the yoke that hold it together. And so it's pretty much just the square. See these little edges that are all kind of moon shaped and they're filleted, and then you have the long tube sticking down that's going to connect to the yoke. And there are, like I said, 6 of these. So those are your main components. You got the yoke, hold it together, center pieces that are attached to the yoke, and then the edge pieces and the corner pieces that snap it all in, that snap into everything, so they like can move around. And it's actually kind of a intricate, like complicated design, because in SolidWorks you use mates to attach things, and like the corner pieces and the edge pieces are just like moving around. They're not really stationarily like stuck to anything. So they're kind of like free, like moving. It's really complicated, and SolidWorks doesn't really like provide a way to do that. So I'm kind of gonna make, the way I do it is I'm gonna like sort of fib it, so it sort of just acts like a Rubik's Cube, but it's not technically in the SolidWorks like way of doing it. So if you want to go on to the next step and move on to the SolidWorks part, this is our broken down jumbled Rubik's Cube, and we're going to turn it all into this. So what we're going to start with is by making each individual component, and I'm just going to go over that real quick on how to do it with you guys.